Hello and welcome everybody. Today we are going to delve into one of the most underrated and lesser talked aspects about product management, and that is understanding the difference between functional and non functional requirements. This distinction is key for product managers to effectively communicate with their development teams, stakeholders, and ensure a product success. Now, to begin with, let's look at what are functional requirements. Functional requirements define what a system or product is supposed to do. They describe specific behaviors or functions of a product, detailing the system's services, tasks, or functions in response to specific inputs or conditions. Let's look at few examples. The user must be able to log in using their email password. The software should be able to generate a certain report. The system should be able to process a certain request. These are all examples of functional requirements. These are all core functionalities that directly interact with the end user. And they are typically written in a way that's testable and verifiable, ensuring that the system's functionality can be fully assessed. Whereas let's look at non-functional requirements. On the other hand, the non-functional requirements describe how a system performs a certain function rather than the function itself. I'll say that again. Non-functional requirements describe how a system performs a certain function rather than a function itself. They are critical for ensuring the usability, reliability, performance, and security of the product. Non-functional requirements support the functionality, making sure the user's experience is seamless, secure, and efficient. Let's look at these examples and try to tie it back to the functional requirements. The system should be able to load a dashboard within a certain amount of time. The user's data should be encrypted to latest encryption standards. The product must be adhering to certain standards. Now, if you remember, one of our functional requirements was, or example of a functional requirement, was the user should be able to log in with their email and password. This can be tied to the non-functional requirement that the user's data should be encrypted. This is how non-functional environment help define how the system should be performing the functional requirements. Now let's try to break it down into further four pillars and look at some of the key differences. Let's look at the purpose of functional versus non-functional requirements. Functional requirements are all about the what the system does. Non-functional requirements are about the how the system performs its function. Functional requirements focus on user needs and specific tasks. Non-functional requirements focus on systems performance and quality. Functional requirements are often easier and straightforward to measure and verify as they are tied to specific actions or tasks. Non-functional requirements can be much more challenging to measure as they deal with aspects like performance, security, and usability. And lastly, and I think one of the most important is the impact on user experience. While both types of requirements impact user experience, non functional requirements often have a much more significant impact on a user satisfaction as they deal with the system's efficiency, reliability, and security. Finally, why does it really matter for product managers to know about non functional requirements? First, effective communication. It enables clear communication with stakeholder and development teams, ensuring everyone is aligned on the product vision and expectation. It helps PMs in prioritizing features and improvements based on their impact on user experience and system performance. It ensures that the PM or the product team has a holistic approach to quality, covering not just what the product does, but how well it does it. And finally, by balancing functional and non functional requirements, product managers can deliver a product that not only meets the user needs but also provides a seamless and satisfying user experience. Also, it makes you look smart. According to Standish Group's Chaos report, non functional requirements account for approximately 55% of software defects found in production. These defects often lead to system downtime, security vulnerabilities, poor user experience, contributing significantly to overall failure of the software projects. This stat alone underscores the critical role that non functional requirements play in the success of a software project. By ensuring systems are performant, secure, and reliable, PMs can significantly reduce the risk of project failure and enhance user satisfaction. In closing, remember that while functional requirements outline what a system must do, it is the non functional requirements that dictate how well the system performs under various conditions. This distinction is not just academic, it's fundamental to delivering software that meets and exceeds user expectation. As we have seen, neglecting non functional requirements can contribute to over half of software defects in production, highlighting their immense impact on project success. For product managers, prioritizing non functional requirements isn't just about ticking boxes, it's about ensuring excellence, reliability, and ultimately customer satisfaction. Thank you for listening.